The Murdock Series. Move Tricks talks about murder. This is a story about how I knew how multiple positions growing up, how multiple people I was close to died, and just death in general. People make a joke out of that, so it really isn't anything. And people will force you to sound like Martin Luther King by making sure you're the only person in school where they all abuse the situation. And then guess what happens when you're smart as Martin Luther King? You fall back on pussy. It's not just me, that's every black man. You don't make the bang worth the buck. We would all sound like Martin Luther King if we actually cared. Black people have equal rights. Please, black people are killing black people. There's no such thing as black on black crime. It's just nigga on nigga shit. White people could be niggas. Skinhead could be niggas. Punk rocks could be niggas. Nigga is a mentality. It's not a thing. People are making bets on me and Armand's death. That shit was out there. Why am I saying this? Is because death is a serious thing that we take as a joke today. I've seen death for two girls in a movie theater, and literally, if you didn't know what the current, problem was during Formation, is that Chris wouldn't let go of that goddamn, surpass your limits. He was crying like fucking Vegeta with the rain, like fucking Thor. People will make fun of, death in real life, but don't actually go into the literature definition of death. The DEPH version, we stay away from that. You know why? Because it actually means we have to try. Draw a resolver with a gun to resolve it in my mind. This fucking sucks. It's fucking treacherous. A whole human life doesn't mean shit. And I've proven that a whole human life can do a lot. But this society doesn't give a shit. This is why I'm not in the White House. This is why I'm not a politician. This is why I view Denzel Washington as an actor, and that's it. There's no such thing as an admirable black man in America because you don't make the bang worth the buck. Oh, okay. I'm full of shit. Yeah, every time I act like a civilized human being, it's not just a black woman getting emotional. I'll call out a woman in general. Yet you all blame black women. This conversation of murder all start. It happened when I recognized that I was actually causing a lot of black men to commit suicide over what I did at Fannie Mae 2019 and definitely 2018. About 19 was actually when they actually planned to have deaths, when they knew people were dying from suicide tension. They still try to label me a predator anyway. I was actually trying to memorize a song, the 10th opening from Bleach, or the 9th opening, I believe, Veronica. I practiced over and over again, and it didn't mean shit, and the kids shit down my throat because I was getting pussy. They tried to set me up for predator, even though I established that I'm an anime fan, just because I was getting laid. And just because you lost your virginity is the same reason why we won't let you play Veronica. There's some treacherous niggas out there. Understand, this is how I treat life. Literally, if somebody died, I'm like, did he die right next to my shoes? Because I want to make sure there's no blood on them. You drove me that way. You made it that way. You made sure that I couldn't get away with being happy-go-lucky like SpongeBob. So you forced work to be strenuous. I was happy-go-lucky that SpongeBob would work, but then you forced me to work at Home Depot. That's why I ended up fucking you. I have killed for self-defense, so I really hold on to life. So this is nothing. Murder came when I saw people being unappreciative of how hard I worked or how hard some people work, like how people make fun of Michael Jackson's voice. I absolutely fucking hate that. I hate because people are so unappreciative as people as white people die with no fucking meaning. And that's why I'm glad Michael died the way he did. He died at fucking age 50, literally short, literally, but had the best career in music, and it wasn't tried. So the death I've experienced in real life is like not really deaths for relatives, but it started off, with me not having to understand there was a really big death for my funeral, and her nickname was Auntie. I didn't know literally there's every auntie, and there's Aunt B that died recently because she was over 90, and she lived in Chicago. But Auntie used to have these assorted treats, and when she died, I was crying at the funeral, which I'm saying for another video that I couldn't get my sweets because I was crying, and that's why I was a little kid at the time. That's the only thing I saw, and her name was fucking Auntie, so what the fuck do you expect? I don't even know her real fucking name, but that's still Auntie. I know she has the best fucking candy whenever I fucking come to her house. If I had more information, I wouldn't just view it as candy, and that's how fucking sick people are in the brain. People who have the same fucking view as me have the exact same fun, but have more information, way more information. Like they get away with slapping their fucking sister's butt, and they say boys will be fucking boys. That can't happen in America, and that's where it came to. So guess what happens when evolution is evolving, and every girl's ass is getting fatter, year by year, decade by decade, 5 years by 5 years. My graduation class, literally, that freshman, literally, that I left had fat asses, literally, probably the size of your celebrities and shit, all in jeans. You know why? Because of evolution. Because every girl that's over 50 has a dog, because every fucking woman has a dog, because it develops over time. It starts out small, and then it fucking grows, and then it literally goes down to the next egg, to the next egg, to the next egg. So the women are getting thicker and thicker, and the fucking men are getting more cavalier and cavalier. Where it came down to step to a plate, people accepted that as an excuse. You just slapped your sister on the butt. That's why you don't give a fuck about murder. I knew this guy named Alex who kind of looked like a bum, who wore Napoleon Dynamite jeans, who choked this little girl with glasses right before I was on the bus, and I could have pulled any fucking stripper I wanted. They're all like, oh, Alex is so hardcore as long as it works, and we create a society of dummies. A win is a win no matter what. That's why you don't experience death, and that's why people like that die young. Because there's a difference between death and death, because death means you're actually going into detail or something, and death actually means you care about something. So you didn't care about anything, so you became nothing when you died. You didn't put any work in, and you accepted being nothing, so nothing is what came out of it. So the first major death that I experienced when I was young, was, a few years ago, actually in my early 20s, where I actually learned that, that Chester died. Chester, the main singer of Linkin Park, he really died. And, the community I was, supporting for him, the anime community / park rock community all, went to shit. That was the first, sign to let me know that I was growing up. You don't understand. They made me belittle everything. I hate fucking humans because of how much they get away with shit. Literally. Aside from the deaths that I advertise on my channel, there are some really, really deaths that made me recognize life. These are deaths that made me recognize life, but the Chester's deaths made me recognize life, and one other really, really, really stood out to me. Boomin's death really stood out to me, not because Zero was involved, but because he played the game for too fucking long. You don't understand. That guy was literally suffering distress, knowing that you get no pussy as an anime fan by doing just enough to get grabbed in the design, and he was just like me when I was in the air rail. He was making black character design after black character design, really accepting it, and he was able to smoke weed with me. I struggled with smoking weed after I got pussy. I had to look for doobies because even if I had money, they wouldn't sell me it because, you got your pussy, there goes your fucking weed, and Boomin was fucking smoking that dab pen all day and making those designs, so I was proud of him, and that was my dude. We had a contract, and he was really, really funny. I'm like, hey, yo, what's my design? And he posted a picture of SpongeBob with his fucking nightgown on. Like, hold up. He was definitely, a good guy since he had to die because he was playing the game of being played, and that's why I try to tell Matthew, aka Tekken 101. The reason why I'm such an asshole, why I don't talk about One Piece review is because I know I'm in a different position and I can't get results. I was already an OG when I got cool with Matthew shit. I'm like, why I don't support you? Is because you should have more subs than Forever, but that's what makes this world full of shit. And I'm not saying that I know Forever is better as a character, but what the fuck does Forever do? You put all this work in the anime community, and Tekken 101 is literally the fucking least out of the top 10 out of One Piece. It took him fucking 15 years to just even make it, relevant to a One Piece live stream. They treated him like shit the entire time. Like, you see how you're not recognized, how you're getting the benefit, how you're getting it slowly but surely. You have 11,000 subs, but you should have 30,000 subs. Boomin played the game, and he got played because they guaranteed no pussy, and it was cool at first. It was a good catchphrase too, but as life dragged on, he saw me continue to progress, and while I sacrificed in order to not get on paper, it infuriated him, and he ended up killing himself. So those two deaths really stood out to me. So murder is a really, really big thing. Also, I figured out the, a guy who created Nordcore, MC Lawrence. I used to be at the Now back when Justin used to play Hollywood Undead, and so I kept on downloading music on iTunes to compete with him, and I figured out that, even though Hollywood Undead was my own band because he was fucking with me, I ran into a genre of music called Nordcore, and it was supported by MC Lars. And that one song, iGeneration, and he literally makes nerd songs, nerd songs, but he talks about relevant shit like medieval knights or white kids aren't hyphy, which is one of the songs. And he ended up dying because he supported a community where they think it's okay for you to grow up a nerd when game members gotta push you to your fucking limits. You think like outside the fucking box, and that's what they're made for. They think outside the box because they're full of shit and they're surrounded by random shit all day, and you think outside the box because you're educated, but you're not willing to apply that education, to a business or muscles. There's two ways to apply your fucking genius. Either incorporate it with your body or make sure you apply it online. And when I mean online, I mean you're making money. You can't let your genius hang flat. That's like you literally letting go of your nut when you need to pass it on. You're jacking off where you need to ejaculate in the girl to pass on your seed, which is your purpose, because you don't want to put in the work because you made an excuse for yourself. Oh, I already have a recruiter. Cease to do all the work. Cease to drive the car. I'm just a fucking boss. I have to say, you know how many bitches I fuck this and that, where it used to be the other way around. You know why it turned the other way around? Because bitches want to live life like the Powerpuff Girls and think they have a superpower, cry their way through fucking problems, and men ended up doing the same. Suicide is a serious matter. I don't want people discarding it just because everything is going their way or they're inconsiderate. That's why I bring perspective to the forefront in my channel. I try to prevent death as much as possible. One of my goals in the anime community is to not have any anime fan reach to the point where they have a scar on their arm like me. So I'm very considerate before somebody commits suicide. I give them every information that's necessary and possible in order to move on. So this is Blue Tricks, and the topic is murder.